What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into more Shorts beer, and it's coming from Bel Air / Elk Rapids, Michigan. Not too far from where I live, so near and dear to my heart, guys. It is called The Only Tourists. This is an extra juicy session hazy IPA, clocking in at 4.2% ABV. Thank you so much, Shorts, for putting the ABV on the can. Appreciate that. They don't always do that. So, packaged on 9/23/24. This has been in distribution for quite some time. I just have not gotten around to reviewing it for you guys. I'm going to still do it, although we are now the 7th of November, time of recording. So, still not super duper old, but not fresh by any means. And we're going to get this into a glass, see what it's about. I see that Shorts has really trended towards lower ABV drinking beers as of late, the last year or so. I understand the market kind of flip-flopped and went back towards light beers, and I understand why. It's just, that's where the palate has gone, guys. A little bit lighter, more drinkable beers, but still hugging the hazy end of the spectrum. So let's get into this one. Super hazy for 4.2, without a doubt. And I don't think there's any info on this that I know about. It's just available in 6-pack cans. Let's see, just a story on the side. Don't know what hops are used in here, so you can see it, guys. Nice fair bit of haze bomb going on here, and a little subtle head sitting on top. Not too creamy or dense, just a nice little layer. So let's get an aroma. It's very hazy at 4.2%. Very nice, very nice. Grassy, piney, smells heavier than a 4.2, more bold. A little bit of gooseberry, touch of passion fruit, a little bit of like dry lemon, a little bit of juicy lemon as well. Blueberries. It's got this weird like berry, piney, passion fruity, subtle grassiness to it. Just really flavorful and bold for being 4.2%. Again, that's less alcohol content than like a Bud Light and Miller Lite. But guys, nonetheless, it smells different for sure. It smells like it's got some depth to it. Yeah, let's get into this one. Gooseberries once again. Cheers, Shorts. Let's go. This has a lot of flavor for 4.2%. I'm very amazed by that, Shorts. Well done. It's got very nice bitterness. Again, it's a bigger, bolder beer than it should be at 4.2%. Again, it's got some depth, some slight berry, gooseberry, elderberry kind of feel, like almost like a red grape meets raspberry meets a little bit of grassy soil. A different taste for sure, but it's not that it's bad. It's just a lot more bold and stern on the palate than I take it for at 4.2. Really amazed by that. Again, there's a fair bit of like grassy, earthy pine on the back end. It's very strong for being at this level. And again, a little bit of jam, lemon, and some pithiness on the citrus end of the spectrum. But again, this weird berry, gooseberry, raspberry thing that's playing into the palate. It's just different, very different set of hops going on here. But it is pretty juicy. Like there's this jam kind of like cobbler thing in the beginning. Again, it goes into dry and pithy on the back end, a little bit of like floral earth. But at the end of the day, guys, it really is this like raspberry, jammy kind of subtle juiciness that does linger. And again, Shorts makes hoppy beers. They've done the same thing here today. It does finish on the hoppy end of the spectrum, but it's not too sweet. It drops that juicy sweetness, and you're left with that bitterness, that pine resin, the grassy earth soil on the back end, and that's just how this beer finishes when you're done with it. It is enticing to go back for more, and I think that's because of this ABV. 4.2%, very easy to drink, giving you hints of a bigger New England style without being tiring on the palate, not being burdened by all these hops. It's not like chewing on dank onions. Some of those IPAs really get into that feel for me, and the high acidity. This one not so rough. It does have some acidity, but a little bit more tamed back. Very drinkable, touch of dankness, I suppose. It's a good beer. It's a touch watery at 4.2, but it's still very bold. And I would be a little bit mistaken had I done this blindly, thinking, well, this must be a bigger beer. This must be around 6%, but it's only 4.2, guys. So rating, I do like this. I enjoy the juicy level. It's not too bitter. It's got just this nice, subtle berry mouthfeel through the beginning and end. So you're hit with the bitterness to kind of round it all up. So Where do I put this beer? It's great at this ABV. I'm going to go 3.99 out of 5, almost a 4. I really enjoy it, actually. I would have more. Guys, the only tourist, thank you so much for being here. If you're going to pour a beer, pour Michigan beer.